Hello students, now I'm going to teach you chapter number 3 of geography in class 6. This is class 6 geography book and chapter 3 motions of the earth. What are the motions of the earth? Motions means movements of the earth, how our earth moves. So in this chapter we will read about how our earth moves. So two motions of the earth. There are two types according to which our earth moves. So number one is rotation and another one is revolution. So there are two ways according to which our earth moves. So one by one we will read about rotation, then about revolution. So first of all we will discuss about rotation. I will teach you about rotation. What is rotation? Check here. देखिए, according to this arrow, our Earth moves this like this from west to east. इस तरह से जो हमारी Earth है, ये move करती है. So rotate करती है. So our Earth rotates around its axis. This is axis. Axis. ये वाला. This is the axis. So our earth moves around its axis. So movement of earth on its axis is known as rotation. The axis of earth, which is an imaginary line. So second thing is, what is axis? ये axis क्या है? This is an imaginary line. Not in the reality, just for imaginary. Imaginary line है. This makes an angle of 66.5 degree with its orbital plane. अर्थ नॉर्मली अर्थ को देखें तो 66.5 डिग्री के एंगल पे झुकी हुई है. ओके, सो दिस इज एक्सिस. सो आवर अर्थ टेक्स अबाउट 24 आवर्स टू कंप्लीट वन रोटेशन. One rotation it completes in 24 hours. 24 hours means one day. The period of rotation is known as the earth day. So this rotation one rotation is of earth is completed in 24 hours. And now we will know how day and night are formed due to the rotation. रोटेशन की वजह से ही हमारी धरती के ऊपर दिन और रात बनते हैं. How day and nights occur because of the rotation, we will see here. Look at this picture. This is earth, which is very small as compared to the sun, and we all know that our earth moves around the sun. And अब देखिए, sun is like a star, as you all know that. sun की जो light वाली जो rays होती हैं directly falling on the earth. So sun rays are falling on the earth. Due to the spherical shape of earth, only half of it gets light from the sun at a time. बिकॉज हमारी अर्थ की जो शेप है वो सफेयर है. जब उसके ऊपर लाइट पड़ेगी तो जो साइड अर्थ की सामने आ रही है, लाइट विल फॉल ओनली दैट पार्ट. बैक साइड वाला पार्ट जो अर्थ का है, जहां पे सन की लाइट नहीं पहुंच रही है, दैट विल बी रिमेन इन द डार्क. सो द एरियाज ऑफ द अर्थ getting light is experiencing day, and the areas which do not get light, there is night. So in this picture हम यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं, this area where sunlight is directly falling, here is day, and this backside area of earth where sunlight is not reaching, so here is night. So night इधर होती है बैक साइड में, और फ्रंट पे सन की ओर जो फ्रंट होता है, that is day. Here is a line. Here is a line. Check here. ये वाली. Here is a line which divides day and night. So हम यहाँ पे देख रहे थे, The portion facing the sun experiences day, while the other half away from the sun experiences night. The circle, we are talking about this line, this circle, which divides day and night is known as circle of illumination. So this is the line which separates day and night. This is known as circle of illumination, the circle of illumination. So in this way we can say that because of the rotation, day and night are formed. डे और नाइट जब एक साइड घूम के सन की ओर आ जाती है तो वहां पे दिन हो जाता है, और फ्रंट वाली साइड घूम के पीछे चली जाती है, देन देयर इज नाइट. सो in this way, because of the rotation, day and nights are formed. So next we will read about the revolution of earth. As first movement of earth, rotation हमने पढ़ लिया है. According to rotation, we all know that earth moves around its axis. But second kind of movement of earth is revolution. According to this movement, our earth moves around the sun in a fixed path or orbit. This is called revolution. Our earth, ये देखिए इस picture में, this is sun and our earth is moving like this, देखिए इस तरह से earth sun के चारों ओर चक्कर लगाती है. So this is moving around the sun. It takes 365 and 6 hours to complete one revolution, to complete one turn. एक चक्कर पूरा करने के लिए it takes 365 days and 6 hours. 300 normally हम बात करते हैं how many days are there in a year, then 365, but exactly 365 days and 6 hours are there in a year in completing one revolution by earth around the sun. So but normally we say that there are 365 days and we ignore the 6 hours. Normally we consider a year as consisting of 365 days only and ignore 6 hours for the sake of convenience. 6 hours saved every year are added to make one day, means 24 hours. देखिए every year 6 hours are adding. पहले साल 6 घंटे, second year 12 hours, third year 18 hours and fourth year 24 hours. 24 hour means one day. One day यानी कि then after every fourth year one day is added into the year. Every fourth year will have 365 plus one day is equal to जो हर चौथा साल होगा every fourth year will be of 366 days. There will be one extra day. One extra day will be included in the February month. In the normal every year February month is of 28 days, but in this fourth year when one day is extra, that extra day is included in the February month. Now every fourth year your February month hoga, that will have 29 days. So the year having 366 days, the year having 29 days in the February, the year which is coming at fourth number after every fourth year, that year is known as leap year. So my question, okay, many times this question is asked, what is a leap year? So leap year is a year which comes after every fourth year. Which is the fourth one? How do you know? Any year which can be divided by 4. कोई भी साल जो 4 से डिवाइड हो सके, that will be a leap year. जैसे कि now 2020 क्या 24 से डिवाइड होते हैं? Yes. So 2020 is a leap year. So in this year you all maybe remember that this February month was of 29 days. In every leap year February month is of 29 days and whole year is of 366 days. This is a leap year. Which will be the next leap year? कौन सा leap year होगा next? 2024. Before it, which was the leap year? इससे पहले लीप ईयर कौन सा था? 2016 was the leap year. Okay, so this was the revolution, and because of the revolution different seasons are formed. How different seasons comes because of the revolution? Because देखिए इस पिक्चर में आप देखिए ये हमारी अर्थ है, कंटिन्यूसली सन के चारों ओर ये मूव करती है. व्हेन इट मूव्स अराउंड द सन इट इज कंटिन्यूसली चेंजिंग इट्स प्लेस, मूविंग, इट्स, इसकी जो लोकेशन है वो बदलती रहती है. ओके, because of the changing in the position of earth, weather of the earth are changing. Next slide में हम चेक करते हैं how it causes different seasons. Look here, as we all know that our earth moves around the sun like this. In this situation northern hemisphere and north pole is here. This is the time of June month, 21st June. इस पोजीशन में अर्थ होती है, देखिए ये सेंटर में सन है, यहाँ पे है अर्थ. This position of this position of earth is on 21st June, in the month of June. In this June month, northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun. Northern hemisphere is सन की और नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर झुका हुआ है, यानी सन की रेज डायरेक्टली फॉलिंग ऑन द नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर. In this situation, northern hemisphere is experiencing summer, and जो नॉर्थ पोल है, जिसे देखिए जब हमारी अर्थ रोटेट करती है इसका सेंटर वाला पार्ट तो मूव करता रहता है, दिन और रात वहां पे होते रहते हैं, बट द एरिया ऑन द पोल्स दैट रिमेन एट द सेम प्लेस, because of this position, for the 6 months from here, from March to September, these 6 months नॉर्थ पोल डायरेक्टली सन की रेज उसके ऊपर पड़ती रहती हैं, एंड 6 मंथ के लिए हियर इज अ डे ऑन द नॉर्थ पोल. 6 महीने का दिन होता है नॉर्थ पोल पे. इस सिचुएशन में, दिस इज द सिचुएशन व्हेन सन्स रेज आर फॉलिंग ऑन द नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर एंड नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर इज एक्सपीरियंसिंग समर, and southern hemisphere is far from the sun, and southern hemisphere is experiencing winter. So उल्टा होता है, नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में गर्मियां और सदर्न में सर्दियां होती हैं. So this is the time of June. आप सबको याद है कि हमारे इंडिया में on June month here is summer, बहुत ज्यादा गर्मी होती है. Okay, so next जब इस जगह से अर्थ घूम के इस जगह पे पहुंच जाती है, then its position changes. Now its southern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun. सदर्न वाला जो हेमिस्फीयर है धरती का वो सन की ओर झुका हुआ है, and sun's rays are directly falling on the tropic of Capricorn. It is fully falling on the southern hemisphere, and in this situation of December month, southern hemisphere is experiencing summer, and same December month में the northern hemisphere is far from the sun and this is experiencing winter. हम सबको याद है कि दिसंबर में हमारे इंडिया में क्या होता है, सर्दियां, विंटर होती हैं, और जो सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर है वहां पे समर्स और नॉर्थर्न हेमिस्फीयर में विंटर होती हैं, स्पेशली इन द 22nd of December. 22nd of December, because our northern hemisphere is far from the sun, then हमारे वहां पे दिन छोटे और रातें काफी बड़ी होती हैं. सो दिसंबर जो सर्दियों वाला जो मौसम होता है नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में, इवन इन इंडिया, इवन इन आवर प्लेस वेयर नाउ वी आर लिविंग, यहाँ पे सर्दियों में दिन छोटे रातें बड़ी. व्हाई? बिकॉज आवर हेमिस्फीयर इज फार फ्रॉम द सन. बट इन द जून मंथ नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर बिल्कुल सन की ओर होता है, जिसकी वजह से हमारे दिन जो होते हैं दैट आर लार्जर एंड नाइट्स आर स्मॉलर. Okay, so this situation when sun rays are directly falling on the tropic of Capricorn, then this situation is known as winter solstice. And June month, 21st June, when sun rays are falling directly on the northern hemisphere, This situation is known as summer solstice. इसके अलावा दो positions during the month of March, 21st March and 23rd September. This is the situation of Earth when sun's rays are directly falling on the equator. When sun's rays are falling directly on the equator, in this situation, days and nights are equal. Days and nights are equal. Okay. In this situation, in September month, in this situation on Earth, this is autumn. Autumn, and when Earth is here in this position on 21st March, this is the situation when there is spring, बसंत ऋतु, और यहाँ पे पतझड़ का मौसम इस समय होता है. So इस तरह से we had studied about the summer solstice, then winter solstice and equinox. Equinox वाली position कौन सी होती है? This one, when sun's rays are falling directly on the equator and days and nights are equal. When days and nights are equal, then this situation on Earth is known as equinox. Okay. Next, now let's recapitulate what we had studied now. First, we had studied about rotation. Rotation means movement of Earth around its axis. It takes 24 hours for one rotation, and it causes day and nights. One day is of 24 hours. Then revolution. Revolution means movement of Earth around the sun. धरती की सूरज के चारों ओर चक्कर लगाना, that is called revolution. It takes 365 and 6 hours, 365 days and 6 hours for one revolution. Because of the revolution हमारी अर्थ पे अलग अलग मौसम आते हैं, सर्दियां, गर्मियां, पतझड़, बसंत ऋतु, इस तरह से. Circle of illumination. So during the rotation, because of the position of the earth, there is one area facing of one area of earth facing sun, there is day. The area which is far from the sun is facing night, and there is a circle which divide day and night. हमारी अर्थ के ऊपर जो सर्कल डे और नाइट को डिवाइड करता है, this is the circle dividing day and night, is called circle of illumination. Okay. Leap year is the year which is having 366 days, and February month is of 29 days. This is every fourth year. Then summer solstice of the situation of position of the earth when earth's northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun and sun rays are directly falling on the tropic of Cancer. And in this situation, northern hemisphere is experiencing summer and southern hemisphere is experiencing winter. And winter solstice is the opposite situation as compared to summer solstice. According to the winter solstice, southern hemisphere of earth is tilted toward the sun and southern hemisphere is experiencing summer during December month, and northern hemisphere is far from the sun and this is experiencing winter. Okay, during the summer solstice, in the northern hemisphere days are smaller and nights are larger. Okay, during the summer solstice on northern hemisphere days are smaller and days are because during the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere days are larger and nights are smaller. Okay, then equinox. Equinox is the position of earth when days and nights are equal. This is the position according to the sun of earth when sun rays are directly falling on the equator and earth is having equal days and equal nights. This is known as equinox. And now this is your homework students which you have to do in your notebooks. These are the MCQs जो हमने अभी पढ़ा है, उसी के बीच में से आपके MCQs हैं, fill-ups हैं जो कि आप सबने अपनी नोटबुक में करने हैं. All have to do this work neat and clean in your notebook. Okay, with proper heading, proper date and day डाल के proper index fill करना है. Then you have to write. In this video, this is all for now. Thank you so much for watching. अब इसी के साथ ही goodbye. Take care, students. Okay, I'm closing the video now.